All right. That was the madness that began today. Oh, look at the madness out there. It's a freaking snowstorm. Can you see how much snow there is? Look at that. I mean, is just to give you an idea. Look at that. But that apparently is not a snow day. That does not a snow day make, apparently. Um, yeah, Bratlett was not happy about that. Not happy about that at all. I think he was really, really hoping for a snow day today on his first day back at real school. And I hate it. I like having him around. Hello, Megan. How are you? How are you, Samsung? No, I'm in Canada. Soma, Samsung's asking me if I'm in America, and I'm saying no, I'm in Canada. Soma Broof, good afternoon, or good morning in my case. Good morning, Shari, Ryan, Candice, Kenny, Megan again, Darren, Dylan, Royal Gaming, Dylan Royal Gaming, I like that. Invisible Dimensions, good morning to you. Camaraden, good afternoon. Pokes says hi. Bio Limo, I like that, Bio Limo. And from Czech, we got Jay Kobik, we got Brinley, Carissa. Oh my God, there's too many people. Too many people. It's just going to end up being an entire stream of me just saying hello. What do we got? What time is it where you are? It is 11:45 a.m. here. I guess about the same for me, something like that. Probably 11:45 for me too. Short sleeves and freezing weather. Canadian confirmed. I know, but this is the indoor. This is. Keep in mind that this is my yoga wear, right? This is my Jane. Jane tried to sneak off and do yoga by herself. I don't think she likes me whining and complaining my way through this stuff, and so I complained and she stopped. But then she said quite defiantly, she said, "I'm doing a power yoga, like mere mortal. You won't be able to do this." Of course, I couldn't. It was all sorts of I mean, good lord, it was it was the longest 30 minutes I've had in a long time. But yeah, all sorts of like I don't know what power yoga exactly means. Except I think power yoga just means you don't get a break. So and that's just no, I can't get a break. I sound like Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, so there was no break on the yoga today. Lewis Cox, hello to you too. I don't know why I'm finding such a hard time to see this today. Is it because my glasses are filthy? That's part of it, I'm sure. And yoga is best for you. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I mean, like I definitely feel the yoga, but I don't feel it the same way as I feel my like 7 minute exercise. My 7 minute feel exercise, I feel like I'm like I've got like it's 21 minutes in general, but I feel I don't know somehow more like I've done exercise. Yoga, I feel somewhat defeated by because it's balancing and all sorts of stuff that I suck at. Yeah, clean my glasses. I just did. That's what I just did. Um, yeah, everyone seems to think I should do. I do yoga. That's what I'm doing. It's far healthier to stay in bed. Oh, believe me. So I didn't sleep last night. Couldn't sleep. So I had a little. What I do sometimes when I can't sleep is I go down and I have a little nightcap, and I had myself a nice little brandy in the hopes of going to sleep. And then I watched way too many YouTube videos on mycelium culturing. That is how dull I am. And even that couldn't put me to sleep. So I couldn't sleep very well. And then I had to set the alarm early because I got this alert that I was going to get a COVID test this morning at 7 a.m. Between 7 and 7:10 a.m. was the idea. Um, but then no one showed up. So I have a feeling that I've screwed something up. I was probably supposed to be somewhere at 7 a.m. or something, but I imagine someone will let me know. I I will get into. I can hear Jane Jane telling the dog off as we speak. Get out of there. What she got her nose in someone's food. Generally, is how it works. Hello, Pavel. So yeah, I got to figure out this COVID testing stuff because I'm supposed to be going and doing some wardrobe fitting on Thursday. I've got a Magic the Gathering expert to talk to tomorrow with the Tech Bandits. I'll probably try to hop on with the Tech Bandits again this afternoon, but I want to talk to Gimpy God first and talk to him about streaming and stuff. The the gaming thing is kind of interesting to me because this guy, I mean, he's quite young. I mean, I think he's like first year university or something, but he is a work acquaintance's son, and I think he has a lot of like sort of competitive play stuff. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to have him just discuss Magic the Gathering with the kids, and probably more importantly with me because I want to know all the tricks. I want to know all the tricks, and I want to know all about the competitive side of stuff. I feel like a complete loser when I go out and do this stuff because I'm like the old man who should know what he's doing with Magic the Gathering, but I get defeated by 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds with their new decks that they seem to know much better than I will ever know. So I still enjoy it though. I've got to say I think I said this yesterday. I almost enjoy the collection, the collecting side of it as much as I do the game. Although I am determined to start doing some Magic the Gathering streams. I think it'd be kind of fun to stream a Magic the Gathering game, and then I can talk to whoever I'm talking to, and then it's like having a conversation. I'm watching you on the TV and doing a live chat on the phone. I know I'm amazing. I'm everywhere. I'm ubiquitous. I'm the ubiquitous Mr. Hewlett. Um, and feeding my daughter. Oh God, how old? How old? I could never get into Magic. Oh really? I was like, it was like that first little pack. They're like, oh, here, have a couple of little packs to open. And they showed up in one of Baz's like loot bags from a party. And, uh, and oh my God, we were hooked. From there on in, he was actually Magic first, then Pokemon, and then back to Magic again. He's now more League of Legends than anything else. And he's been teaching me League of Legends again, which has been really fun. Because I can play it on my silly old Mac laptop. So I sit in what I call Baz's cafe, which is Baz's room, and I can sit there and I can play League of Legends with him. He wants to stream, but I don't want to stream from the basement. I want to be with him. I mean, I want to hang out with him when we're playing the games. I don't want to just be online. So that's the plan. Although I think he's grumpier with me when I'm in person there. Oh, Emperador! Good morning. Got a good question. Do you believe in the phrase any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic? I guess it's how you define magic, isn't it? I've always loved that expression, but I feel like it's been horribly misused by science fiction because it's sort of like it's the get out of jail free card of science fiction. It's like, oh, it's magic, and I'm sure there's science behind it, but it's magic. It's sort of it's an excuse for bad writing in my mind. I think the sentiment is fantastic, and I think that's true. I think it does. Most of the stuff that we deal with on a daily basis would seem magical to people who've never seen it before. But I do worry. It's one of those things, where people have taken it and used it as an excuse for just writing magic into science fiction. Yeah, and you see it a lot in it's a bit of the Marvel stuff is a lot of this kind of like, ooh, yes, obviously it's from a very superior race that could cast spells, but it's really science. So, do I believe in magic? I do not believe in magic. No, no, I'm afraid I don't. I would love to. God, that'd be so cool. I'd like to be Doctor Strange, but I don't think you need to believe in magic because you've got like science is so much more complex and beautiful and mysterious than any magic you could come up with. I just that's my thing. I used to love magic, and I loved the idea of like reading all of the arcane, dark, occult arts thing. I used to read Aleister Crowley and do tarot cards and all that silly stuff. And the idea there was I guess it was just it was I don't know what the appeal was. The appeal was just I guess was to try to be different, really. I mean, again, we didn't have an internet, so you had to go to special stores to buy these books. You'd go into these black magic stores, and there would be like a section that was, are you sure you should be venturing there, son? And you'd be like, yeah, no, it's okay. I've read Aleister Crowley. So what was it? There was another book that was, there was a book I really wanted to get because it was supposed to be like one of the most evil books, and of course you try to find it in print, and yeah, I had a friend of mine as well who was very very into the old Aleister Crowley thing. We actually went to I remember going to the psychic convention. There was a psychic convention held here. I'm sure there still is, and we wanted to sell blank T-shirts. And it's like the idea being that what you can't see that it says psychic convention, 20, whatever it was, 2006 Well, God, I don't know. It would probably be 1990s at that point. Oh, good God. I'm old. Hello, Dad. Iron Ham. That's my Bratlett. You're the title of my video. I missed my Bratlett. How are you, buddy? Aren't you supposed to be at school? Like, are you supposed to be doing this? Um, have you seen the Leafs versus the Senators game? Oh no, God, it's sports. Sports. Hey, I'm here from school. I should you be here from school though? Like, I'm a little concerned that maybe you're on lunch. Oh my God, he's at school. He's on lunch, but he can't spell lunch. So wow. That is, I am honored. I am honored, Iron Ham. Thank you very much. I am Iron Ham. So everyone go check out I am Iron Ham on Twitch. I am, and then Iron Ham, who is currently at lunch and watching my Burn and Learn. That's so lame. So Baz, just so you know, I did yoga. I did yoga with Jane, with your lovely mom, and she's way better at it than I am. And the dog licked my face the entire time, which was very, very unsettling, should we just say? So yeah, Baz back at school for his first day today, and I don't like it at all. I think he should just be here. And How is school going? Are you enjoying it? Are people being safe and smart? Iron Ham. And I know I don't hate citrus. I love citrus, in fact. Everyone wants to know how's it going for how Baz is doing at school. Don't distract him too much because as soon as he's finished his lunch, well, what did you have for lunch today? Anything good for lunch? Talking to you is my excitement for the day. Oh, Candace, I'm so sorry. No and sort of. Oh, okay. So, I don't like school. Oh no, really? I see. I didn't like school either. What is it you don't like about school, though? Like, what is it? What aspect of school do you not like? Oh, good. Soma Brew, you got my newsletter. Yeah, I just sent that out this morning. I've been toying with it for ages, and I thought, like, stop being precious and just send the damn thing out. Just because I wanted to sort of share the Tech Bandits perspective on education, which I thought was really interesting. They all seem to share Baz's feeling that school sucks, basically, but it shouldn't suck because it should be exciting. Well, Baz, you better just hope that a lot more boring. You have to get up early, and I prefer being home. Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat that, isn't it, Iron Ham? School is the best years of my life. Just learn and enjoy your what? What? Just learn and enjoy on your way. In Petador, I wish that was true. I remember my granddad saying to me, "They'll tell you that school are the best days of your life. They lie." That was my granddad. I guess he didn't like it either. But yeah, I'm afraid school was unpleasant. I did not like school. That said, I love learning stuff, and I want Iron Ham to find something that he's excited about. Yes, Elizabeth, I'm out of the basement. I just thought, first off, it's warmer up here. It's a bit cold down in the basement right now, and I got my bare feet on, and I'm still post yoga, so I'm a bit sort of sweaty and hypothermia. So I thought, well, I'll come up to the warm, cozy top floor where it's a bit like a bunker in here too, though, because look at the snow on the look. We've got snow on the where did they go up there? There's actually snow on the what are they called, skylights as well. So it's definitely a wild and woolly day here today, here in the Toronto. Morning, have to run off to a meeting, but always good to see you online in the morning. Well, thank you very much, the few. Enjoy your meeting. Good luck with it. I hope it goes well. I hope it is brilliant and profitable and all that. What have they brought back? If they brought back Starting Landis for another 5 seasons, would you be willing to play McKay again? Of course I would. What are you, nuts? That's like the best role ever. Have fun, Baz. Are you back off now? You gone? Sorry, gotta go. Thank you so much. I am Iron Ham. You have a wonderful time. You have a wonderful day, my son. I look forward to seeing you when you get home. The worst about school are unmotivated teachers. Yeah, I mean, I've got on about this numerous times, but I worry that we sort of spin the wheel with education. We sort of spin the wheel of chance, and we hope we get a good teacher. And everyone knows if you got a good teacher, then do they make it exciting for kids? And I just worry that that should be a given. I mean, we should there. I mean, we don't have, there aren't brain surgeons who are, yeah, hope you get a good brain surgeon, otherwise you're brain dead. I mean, I hope you get a good plumber, otherwise you have no plumbing or electricity if you got an electrician. I mean, surely they should just guarantee good teaching. And I would say the way to do that is through technology. I mean, while I'm a complete pessimist in most things, I do believe, like Bill Gates before me, that I like to equate myself with Bill Gates when I can. Whenever those odd moments come up, I like to be able to sort of somehow put myself in the same sentences and Bill Gates. Uh, I feel the technology can save us. It's while it has doomed us to a lot of stuff, I also feel like it can save us. And so I just wonder if we're perhaps overlooking the potential of the online learning stuff. I feel like there is an infrastructure in place in the educational system that is very resistant to change of that sort. One of the things that the teachers were on strike about before the pandemic hit. So literally, the kids had a strike and then a pandemic. I mean, the last year and a bit has just been a disaster for certainly for the Toronto kids. Um, who I'm sure have had it much easier than some, but still. So one of the things that they were fighting was the idea that they were like, a whole 3 classes could be done online. That's ridiculous. So they were sort of balking at that, along with the usual stuff, I'm sure. But and I don't begrudge the teacher. I mean, the teachers are not, as far as I'm concerned, they should be paid huge amounts of money if they're good at what they do. But I worry that, as you say, that there is this sort of this union system around the teachers that while obviously and justifiably is trying to look after their people. I worry that the bureaucracy of the various different governmental and unions and various sort of interest groups and things has just completely stifled it, and stifled change. And I think because it's something that people move through, they go from, they start in the lower grades and they move through. People's complaints are always like where their kid is at in the educational system. It's very easy once you're through that to then ignore what's gone before. So I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to focus on this sort of the sweet spot that I see with education and growing up, and the sort of the inspiration over education type thing. Um, because around 13 or 14, really from 10 to 14, was my those that was when I was that's when I became inspired. That's when I found my element, for want of a better word. That's where I discovered I wanted to be an actor. And so I wanted to know everything there possibly was about that. Along with, I wanted also to read every single Doctor Who book there was. But the idea that everything that I read, everything that I did, was related in some way in my mind to the idea of being an actor, whether that was about like just dreaming, or whether it was about biographies, or magazines about who's dating who and all that kind of stuff. Although, for me, most of it was about the process of making films. I loved all the Fangoria magazines and the filmmaking magazines and anything I could get my hands on. Any of the any sort of making of stuff that I could find was just like a revelation to me, because at the time there wasn't as much information out there about how films were made. There was definitely a sort of a wall between the viewing audience and the people who made the film. It was, it was a, there was a magic to it, and I feel like that is wonderfully now so much more available to people. You can see how they made these things. You can see what they went through to make the films that you see. And while I know that does sometimes sort of break the fourth wall for people, and make it harder for them to enjoy films and television shows and stuff, I just think it's amazing how, if you want to learn about film and television, it's out there. I mean, it's all of that stuff is out there, all the tricks and everything. So I'm kind of excited. I was talking to my mom actually today about my first audition, how she heard an audition call on the radio, and she called him up and said, "Oh, he's coming down. He'll be down there. What time do you need him?" And then I got home from school and went, "What? You did what? No, Mom. Oh God, no!" And I sort of had to take myself off to this audition because my mom had called and made an appointment. And in my mind, that meant that I had no choice. Um, and so I went. I remember going down, and it was in a really rough part of town, and my mom was stuck at home because we had so many younger sisters and stuff. I mean, she couldn't come with me, so I took the subway down, and in this sort of warehouse district, and it was all very dodgy in my mind. Homeless people staggering around, and I went to this audition, and I think the first thing I said was they wanted to take Polaroids. They wanted to take a Polaroid because none of us had headshots. We were all kids, so they were going to take a Polaroid that they could then staple to the notes that they take on the audition, and they came to take my photo, and I said, "Oh, I look awful on camera." There, she's like, "You may want to keep that to yourself in the audition." But my mom was sort of laughing at how that I was sort of gamefully employed from then on. Then on in, I was very lucky. I got a role on that show, and then it sort of progressed from there. But again, it's partially luck, and it was also partially the fact that I had friends from about 13 on who were making their own movies. So I was learning the process of filmmaking and being an actor and all aspects of the filmmaking process with friends in our free time. I mean, that's what we did. I mean, how do you make a rubber alien mask? Well, let's go find out. Then we'd get books and magazines and look stuff up, and I think there's something about it worries me a bit that that some kids about certain things don't even think to do the search on the internet. I mean, they don't even think about doing a Google search for this stuff. People people do, I mean, you have to be incredibly you used to have to be incredibly motivated to find out about the stuff you wanted to find out about. Now it's very easy to find a rabbit hole to go down for whatever your interests are. And yet I still see this sort of reticence to learn and that this they've sort of equated boring school with learning. And I think that is a sin that I am shocked to still see so prevalent because it was the same for me. So yeah, so that's the Tech Bandits. That's why I'm doing the Tech Bandits. So I'll probably do some chatting with them this afternoon, and sort of find out how they feel about Magic the Gathering. Maybe I'll show them a Magic the Gathering game. Maybe Baz and I could play a game of Magic the Gathering Arena, which would give them a basic understanding of some of the cards and why we're playing some of the cards for those of them who don't actually play Magic the Gathering. Again, like I say, for me, Magic the Gathering, it's a bit of this like OCD collector thing. I love having the cards and opening the cards and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of which, I got to figure out what to do with my Lego. Okay, so I got a bunch of these Lego figures, and you tell me what you think. But I got a bunch of Lego figures as a way of sort of showing the bandits or demonstrating the bandits that the idea of investment. I know, dodgy and very tenuous. I know. Jane is very skeptical. But the idea was I bought a bunch of these Lego figures. I thought we could see how a Lego figure, either depreciates or increases in value over time, and compare that to things like, I don't know, Bitcoin or Ethereum. I have, I bought, I mean, like $300 of Ethereum, and I figured I could equate a chunk of that with the chunk of Lego that I bought, and say, like, let's say I bought, again, I guess you don't actually have to buy it to do this, but I want to because I want to play with Lego figures. But the idea that, and again, for the kids, I think you want to witness that stuff. So I thought what we could do is we could open up a Lego figure and say, okay, so it's because they come in these little packages, and you can open them up, and they're all sort of, it's a mystery package. What are you going to get? So we get one. I thought we could say, okay, so we bought it for $4.99. Let's look it up now and see what it's worth, and maybe there's a way we could track the prices of these Lego figures and just see what they're worth over time, or what people are willing to pay for them. So, and then maybe I could sort of give away a couple of Lego figures to the kids if we get doubles or something like that. But anyways, if we get doubles, notice that? Like, there's no way I'm giving away one that I might want. I'm just saying if we get doubles. Boy, last time I've seen Flanagan, I mean, I texted back and forth with him recently while he was in town, but we couldn't hook up. Again, the pandemic made it very difficult for that stuff. Um, what do we got? I saved all the Star Wars merch from the 70s. Ooh. Oh, you wish you had. Yeah, no, me too. I wish I saved the comic books. I had all of these Star Wars comic books. I still have a bunch of the old ROM Space Knights, which I freaking loved. I loved ROM Space Knight. I don't know why. I mean, it's sort of a bad Silver Surfer ripoff by Mattel, who just wanted to sell us a toy. I'd like to get the toy, actually. It'd be kind of fun to have the ROM Space Knight action figure. Actually, this is the problem: is this just, you get on the internet. There's so many retro things I would, I'd be happy to buy. If you hold on to the original box, my son sold his set for what? His original set of X-Men for $1,500. $1,500. What do you mean X-Men? What original set of what? Um, yeah, I mean you can print your own Lego figures. It's very true. I think the true worth of Lego is in the playing with Lego. No, I agree, Opal Mist. I just look. I have a few DC comics. Yeah, an entire cabinet of comic books, admittedly, and none of them actually worth anything. I'm sure they're all just things that I love. I just love reading them. It's one of the few things I won't read on a digital device. I want to read comic books in a comic book form. I don't know why. I want to have them. I want those atoms. You know what I mean? I don't want the digital version. I want the atoms. I want to smell the newsprint. I want to feel the pages opening and then be very careful so I don't damage them. That kind of stuff. So here in the UK, there was a show on TV called Robot Wars. Oh yeah. I think BattleBox was the American version of it much later. My toys are worth so much from that. What? Really? Really? So there were BattleBot like figures and stuff, like merch? Some of these digital versions actually move now. Yeah, I know. It's wild, isn't it? It's just, I mean, look, I'm sure they're amazing, but perhaps grab some Dune figures. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Robot Wars was super big. Oh, I loved it. I used to watch Robot Wars all the time, but but they were always YouTube videos of it because I don't think we actually had it. I haven't found a good digital comic book manga reader. I know. It does. It's weird. I mean, Baz read a lot of the Naruto stuff in the book format. I don't know that he does much. Well, I know he does. He almost reads nothing in a digital format because there's so many more interesting things. Like, I mean, you can look at videos. Why would you? Why are you going to choose a static book over a video game or a over a video or a video game or anything else for that matter on the phone. There's just too many distractions. I have Shunt, Tornado, and Sir Kill-A-Lot RC toys. Oh yeah, they're quite big and had the arena and lots of little ones you could play with. Oh, that is cool. That is really neat. Really neat. Hear me out, BattleBots, but with Lego. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. I like that, Opal Mist. That's pretty neat. One of the things though that I get into with the robots people, when I talk about robots with people and talking about educating kids about it, is that they're trying to avoid the idea of robots hitting each other. They sort of want to avoid the idea of this like battling robots. And I guess because it's sort of a violent and destructive form of it. But at the same time, I sort of feel like, well, but I mean, I guess you're creating war machines basically, and I guess that's what they're trying to avoid. But I know my first instinct is to go like, how could you add like a Nerf gun to that or whatever? So, yeah, I prefer audiobooks. I love audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks all the time, but I have found that I will not listen to fiction. I can only listen to nonfiction. Fiction, I don't want to hear people's versions of the characters that I'm reading in my head, so I just stick with the nonfiction stuff. Now, my lovely wife has come up to do some work. I must leave because it has been half an hour, and I can't be babbling on in the background while my wife's trying to actually do real work. I have a poster I made on my door saying, "All I know is that every time I am taken captive, it's the wraith. Just once, I would like to be taken prisoner by the sexy alien." It's a very good point, a very good quote, and a very good point. And I support McKay wholeheartedly in that sentiment. What do we got? Does Alexa talk back to you? Mine just started to. She knows my name and says thank you and you're welcome and asks if I'm having a nice day. It's freaky. Well, Mary Lou, that's what happens when you put the power of Amazon in a microphone and speaker on your desk or in your kitchen or whatever. We have the same issue here. I gotta say look. I know it will get better. I just find it very frustrating because it almost never does what I ask it to do. And Jane and Alexa have to be separated because they will have full on basically robot wars between the two of them. Um, Yes, the library card is fantastic. Highly recommend that to everyone. I have it. Baz has it, and we can download all sorts of digital stuff, digital magazines, subscriptions, all that kind of stuff. It's amazing that way. Toronto, or at least Ontario, maybe, but I mean Toronto is very very good at that. We've got a lot of access to stuff there. Yeah, I'd like to try Google Home because I feel like Google Home is better because they've been spying on us for longer. They know me better. Google, I mean, part of the problem, because the reason why Siri is so bloody awful is that they're not stealing our data, right? They're not keeping every little bit of data about us. Like Apple is priding itself on its privacy and respecting its users and all this kind of stuff. And that's why you pay this massive freaking premium for the phones that are still, with materials still pulled from mines by children in the what is it the in Congo, was it Congo, that's something, the Republic of Congo. Yeah, horrible conditions for a lot of the rare earth stuff that's coming out, that's being produced for these phones. I mean, they will all the companies will say like, well, they're all Chinese companies, but they still buy all this stuff off the Chinese companies, and I still buy the iPhone, so I'm a jerk too. But one of the things that Tech Bandits brought up, which I thought was interesting, was the idea they should say, he said, look, if you're going to pay $1,000 for a phone anyways, then I'm the Canadian, then why not tack an extra 10, $20 on it and just have that as a fund that goes directly to these areas where these kids and families are being forced to work in incredibly unsafe and unhealthy conditions. Maybe there's a way we could sort of create a school with like an iPhone tax of some sort. And I just thought it was kind of neat that the kids are already onto that. They're already raising my taxes. Damn them! But I just thought it was an interesting idea, interesting perspective on it, where they're saying like, well, I mean, just create schools so they can build robots, and then the robots can do the job for them. And that's really where it's one of the sort of my dreams for. Oh boy, thank you very much, whoever sent that. Thank you, DNW. Get your wife a little candy. Hey Jane, someone just bought you chocolate. Yeah, there you go. She didn't have to. Well, I do all the exercise. She gets candy. That's great. She's not really eating bread right now, so I can't even buy her like a pastry. It's got to be chocolate maybe. You can have some of my Lindt chocolate that you gave me. Anyways, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they mean, Medusa, Candy Medusa. That's you. So what was the point? Yeah, I'm a big hypocrite because I worry about this stuff and then I still go and buy an iPhone. That's basically it. I'm 5'0", so technically little. When are you most happy in your day? Acting, teaching, making stuff, or a little dash of everything? I think it's the mix. Whose question was that? That's a good question. Chicolata. Yeah, I think it's the mix. I think it is the mix. I think if I was doing any one thing all the time, I would get bored. That's my ADHD in action. But the fact that I can do this and then I can do a little education stuff, a little learning, a little chitty chats with the Tech Bandits, a little chitty chats with you, and then go off to set. I mean, it's fun. I mean, that's definitely fun. So I think that mix is what makes it for me. So all right, I'm gonna go. I'm going to take off because I've got to give my wife back her office, and I should probably find out why I haven't been tested and what I've done wrong. Because I know they need to get me COVID tested before I go in on Wednesday. So they will probably not be happy with me if I don't get that sorted today. So yeah, until we geek again, I will say be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Go check out thetechbandits.com. As someone mentioned, I've just sent out a new newsletter, so please go and sign up for that. Although that won't get you the new newsletter, will it? That'll get you the next newsletter, but not the previous newsletter. Maybe there's a way I can set up MailChimp to automatically send the previous newsletter. It's not a newsletter, it's an email. I don't want to do a newsletter. I don't read newsletters. I just thought it's an email from me about things that I found interesting about Tech Bandits or the world around me that week, or every 2 weeks or whenever it comes out. It's very random. And so yeah, it's just a little email with a link to the video, the most recent video, and a few little insights that I discovered. So go check out thetechbandits.com. Go join the mailing list. Go and follow or subscribe to I Am Iron Ham on Twitch, because he'll be very thrilled with that. That's the kid. Oh, Sean M. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. This super chat thing's crazy. That's amazing. And as I say, much as I know, I've been told to go and buy candy for my wife. This money will all go towards the Tech Bandit stuff. I just don't. I don't feel comfortable giving money myself. I'm quite happy to be given money to buy cool toys for myself and my Tech Bandits to play with. That's fine. But I feel like I've got a jolly good job already. Thank you. So I don't. I can earn my own way. But I do love and very much appreciate any help with the Tech Bandit stuff. It just lets me buy fun and everly increasing, bizarre, and sometimes more expensive toys to sort of get the kids and myself excited about whatever we're learning about. And mycelium right now, I'm on the whole mushroom thing. I'm not sure the kids are that excited about it, but I'm very excited about it, and I've just watched way too many videos. I'll have to put together like a little list of videos to watch. And I'm also I got this CNC thing. I'm struggling to get the knowledge I know to build a little CNC box for my dad's 80th birthday. So, wow, thank you very much, Michael. What's the Tech Bandits URL? I got led astray trying to find it myself. This is the problem with the internet, isn't it? It's thetechbandits.com. So thetechbandits.com. Thetechbandits.com. All right, I'm out of here. Talk to you soon. Thank you. And what I said, I've done the be safe, be kind, brilliant. Now I should say that until we geek again, and then I should say cheerio, and then I will say huzzah. And thank you all very much, and especially thank you for these the super chat things are just fantastic. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. All right. See you tomorrow, or maybe this afternoon if you want to join us for Tech Bandits. We'll be on Tech Banditry over on Twitch. Bye. I don't know how to stop it now because I can't see the little, but there's a little button somewhere that's a little X I'm looking for. Oh, it's in the white. It's hidden in the snow up there. I see. Okay, bye.